Hello, Hot Vibes, and welcome back to our recap of The Next Prince, episode 2.
Woo!
Yes.
Drama.
I also have my least favorite character already, so far, in this episode, and I don't know if it's who you think it is. I don't know who you think it is, actually, because you're looking around very cluelessly, but I will get into who I hate and why I hate them already, and it's gonna be a whole thing.
Oh, you know what? I have an idea on who it might be.
Okay.
It took me a second to remember some of the characters.
But I also have my favorite character too.
That might be. I might know who that is too.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's more obvious, knowing me.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, we will get there when we get there. But how was your week this week?
Oh my fucking lord! I got the week for y'all.
Was it a better trip than your last trip?
Oh my god! I think the universe must have been like, I'm so sorry. Let me make it up to you.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Good. Because the way you were saying that sounded like very like it could have gone either way.
No.
Okay.
It was good. It was a good vacation. Luck was on my side for a good chunk of it. Because first my flight was delayed for like an hour.
Oof.
But I finally got in, and I was like, okay, let me see if I can make my train, because I'd already rescheduled my train and had to pay for the rescheduling, so I had to pay for another train ticket, which is stupid. UK Rail, can you fix that? And so I was like, oh, okay, great. So I and then when I got there, I had to reschedule it again. So I took the tube to the train station, missed it by 3 minutes, and I was like, fine, I'll reschedule. So I had to reschedule my train twice. Yeah, twice. 3 different trains. But I finally got the train. I got to my grandma's, and she was like, did you have any trouble with the tube, like getting on the tube and anything like that? I was like, no, just took it from the airport to the train station. And she was like, apparently it's been down for an hour. I was like, the whole tube? And she was like, yeah, the power is out over there or something like that. And I was like, motherfucker, I missed that by like 2 seconds. So phew, for one. While I was over there, Eurovision was happening as well. So I was over there while the semis were happening. So there were 2 semi episodes where they split it into 2 episodes. And then I was back home for the final on Saturday, but still like me and my grandma and my dad and my uncle and I think other people were in the chat, but they weren't really talking. It was mainly us 4 were in the chat, watching the grand final. We had like our own little group chat while we were watching, like, oh my god, why did we get no points? Like we knew we weren't gonna get points, but still. But it was fun. We were like betting and stuff like that. I wasn't. They were. I don't bet. So that was fun to be there for Eurovision. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Last time I was here, it was for the Euros, and now it's for Eurovision. So that was cool. What else happened? Well, it was my grandma's 90th birthday, which was really cool. And we did a little lunch for her. It was really cute. A bunch of family members came down, as my aunt and uncle and their 3 kids. And then my other cousins from my uncle's first marriage were there as well, 2 of them at the very least, and their wives were there as well. And I was like, oh my god, I get to see everybody. This is so exciting. And the day before her lunch, it was so funny. I went to the caravan with that, like, my aunt and uncle and 3 cousins were staying at, which is like 5 minutes away from my grandma's house. They stay there sometimes whenever they come down to visit her. And so we went there, and I was like, oh, I have been here before, I think, to visit them. Because there was a little arcade in the little center. We went for like a little dinner, and there was an arcade. I was like, I'm gonna go play in the arcade for like a little bit. Why not? No one came with me. I was like, totally fine. But I was like, I wanna go here. This looks fun. And I decided to play, like, it wasn't a claw machine, but it was one of those, like, you know, try to win something machines. And it was just like one giant, like, I don't know, octagon, with a bear hanging by a string, like a giant bear hanging by a string of his head. And I was like, I've never seen anything like this before. And there was like a little pair of like scissors or something, like sharp thingies, off behind it. And I was like, I'm guessing it's a cutting thing. Cut the string, win the thing. I think that might be what this is. I was like, cool, I'll play, thinking I never win anything. So this should not be something I win.
Yeah.
I pressed it. I put £1 in. and I pressed the button, and then it just like jolted and stopped. I was like, oh, you have to hold it down and then let it go when it's near. That's how you play it. So I was like, okay, now I know how to play it. Let me just try one more time. Put another pound in. Did it. Cut the string. Bear falls, and I was like, did I win that? Because like you can't get it out. It's like it's locked because it's one giant cube. It's one giant like rectangle of a case.
Okay.
So like there's no door to get it out. So I was like, I'm not sure if I actually won this. I'm confused as to what's going on. So I like went to the front desk and I was like, hi, did I win this? Because I don't know if I did or not. And they were like, you know what? We don't know either because we're not part of the arcade. So you'll have to ask the guy that comes in like 15 minutes that sits at the arcade. And I was like, okay. So I just went and I stood over by the machine thinking, I may have won a bear. I'm not sure. And this guy walks up to me and he was like, hi. I was like, hi, are you the guy I'm supposed to talk to? He's like, yeah, you won the bear. I was like, I won the bear? He was like, yeah, you won the bear. I was like, I didn't think I won the bear, but all right. And this bear, mind you, I took my carry-on, and my backpack. That was full of clothes anyway, so it was packed. And taking up my grandma's present made a little bit of space, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There was no way I was gonna fit this giant fucking bear in that carry-on, and yet miracles happened, and I did so.
Well, that's a big ass bear.
It's a really big bear. It's bigger than me.
I was well. I mean, obviously you're sitting down right now, but like it from where I'm looking at it, does look bigger than you currently.
It's a very large bear. Its head is bigger than mine.
Well, yeah.
It's a very big bear. And so I was able to stuff him. I was able to stuff him in my carry-on and kind of split my clothes between two bags, like my backpack and my carry-on, and I also split the plethora of candy that I bought between the two bags. So I was like stuffing sweets like between the bear's crevices. Like I was really trying my darndest, and I did it because that's usually what happens. I overbuy or something happens, and I have to worry about packing when I'm going home, but I always do it. I always find a way. But the reason I told you that first instead of my grandma's 90th birthday, because I showed up to my grandma's 90th birthday lunch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I brought the bear back to the caravan the day before, one of my cousins and his wife had already gone home. They were leaving before I had gone to the arcade. So I was like, oh, bye, see ya. I go, I win the bear, I come back, show the people that are still there, I won a big bear. And then cut to next day, I go to my grandma's 90th party for lunch, and we walk into the pub, and one of my cousins comes up to me and goes, oh, stay clear of so-and-so. I was like, why? I was like, he's really upset you won that bear. I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, apparently he literally tries to win something every time he comes down to visit us when we're staying in the caravan. And this was no exception. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, I told him that he's like, Emma's just come back and she's won something. And he's like, he just went, I bet it was that bear. And he turned around and made a beeline for the machine. He was like, how has she done that? I was like, it was an accident. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to see how the machine worked. And I could have just like not worried about packing and left it there. But that cousin is a little shit sometimes. So I was like, I don't know. I think he's mine. I think I'm taking him home. I think that's what's happening. He's really funny though, and it was so funny because he just kept going on, and he bought flowers for my grandma, so he was planning on taking those back to hers after the party, and he was like, oh, I could drop Emma off too, no problem. He's like, that way I'll take two beautiful flowers home in my car, and I was like, aw, you're still not getting the bear. He was like, no. It was so funny. Oh my god, I was crying. But the birthday lunch was really fun. The cake was delicious. It was like some kind of strawberry and buttercream like cake. Oh my god. It was beautiful. It tasted light and fresh. Oh my god. I could have so many pieces of that cake, but I was like trying not to. And my grandma was so funny because on the cake, there was like this little sparkly like 90 on the edge of the cake, and then the candles were there and they also said 90. And she walked up to the cake and she was like, why has it got two 90s? I'm not 180, you know? I was like, I love my grandma. She's so funny. But I stayed with her for those 5 days, which was really nice because I haven't gotten to spend time with my grandma for like couple of years, you know? Like, I'll see her on FaceTime sometimes, but I haven't been able to stay with her at all. So, it was really nice staying with her for those 5 days. We would just sit down and watch the TV every night, just talk and chill. It was really nice. It was just, I loved it. I didn't want to leave. What else happened? Well, fucking my video got copyrighted right before I left, right? And I was like so upset. I put it up for dispute. And I was like, it's gonna take a couple days, and even if so, it might get rejected because Disney can do what they want whenever they want. It might not give me this one. So I was like, I'm gonna go back and re-edit it right before I leave and see what I can do. I finished uploading it at 4:05. I was supposed to leave for the train at 4, or for the bus at 4. So at 4:05, I was bolting down the stairs like, let's go! Like, it was up on my thing, and it was fine. So cutting it down worked a little bit, which is good. I think turning the volume down helped a little bit on the show as well. So that was done. It's up, thank God. What else happened on my trip? I went swimming. Oh my God, I haven't gone swimming in years.
Oh,
nice. My God, it was so nice because there's a little pool at the at the little center that all the caravans are around. So I was like, oh my gosh, like maybe I'll go swimming because like I'm not staying at the caravan, but I can use the family pass and be like, I'm family. But I didn't have to pack a swimsuit, so I was like, I'm gonna just go buy one at the shop on the corner. I'm gonna go buy a swimsuit. So I bought a swimsuit. I went swimming. The second I like slid into the water from like sitting position, I just went plop. I like plopped in the water. The second I was submerged in water, I was like, all my troubles floated away. I was like, oh, I need to go swimming more often. I'm such a Pisces because like I it's like Tinkerbell. Like if she doesn't get applause, she'll die. That's like me with swimming. If I'm not submerged in a body of water for a while, it becomes a problem.
Well, good news is it's gonna be summer now, so
Yeah,
it's like the
that's
ample
true.
time to swim in like beaches or pools or wherever the
True.
fuck you can find a big body of water.
I think we have one at the I think there's a Y around here somewhere, and I think there's an indoor pool, which is like prime perfection for me. So
I was gonna say, yeah, that
I might have to do that because I didn't realize how much I was missing that until I jumped in the water. And then I realized how much of a hard job it must have been for my mom to get me out of the pool when I was a kid, because she always went on about it. She's like, it was always so hard getting out of the pool. I had to be like, come on, I have a towel, please get out of the pool. And I was like, oh, it was probably not that bad. I had to get myself out of this pool.
yeah.
That was hard. I was like, I'm so sorry. I understand now. So that was really fun, going swimming. As I said, we watched Eurovision, which was really good. I watched the final on Saturday. That was one thing I did on Saturday. Everything else I did was mainly just like collapse on my couch because I was just so tired. And what else? I feel like I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I had to watch the new episode of 911 Friday night. I was gonna watch it Saturday morning and then spend all day editing, but the amount of spoilers that I had to dodge was astounding. Like every time like I would be sitting at the airport or something and I would be watching something and a little YouTube notification would just pop down going, new 911 scene you want to see? I'm like, no. Swipe. Oh my God, it was I was like, I'm not gonna survive. I'm like Ted with the blinders on. Like when it comes to Super Bowl, like I was like, I gotta do this fast. So I got home at like 9 at night and I was like sitting down putting makeup on and getting ready to film, and I was like, I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired. And I had to go to work at like 9:30 this morning, which was like insane. Because I don't usually work on Sundays, but told my boss I would. And then I was laying here watching the shows, and I was starting to like nod off a little bit. I was like blinking. I was like, no, we're gonna stay awake. We're gonna eat some sugar. I opened some sugar. I got some jelly babies.
Ooh.
I brought home so much candy, it's ridiculous. Most of it I brought home for everyone at work and for my cousins, but I brought me some things too. So I got me some jelly babies to wake me up. I needed a sugar rush. Train home was a bit easier too, although the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me when I got off the train. They have these like, they're not like turnstiles, but they're like little doors. You have to like, once you get off the train, you go towards the exit and you put your ticket in and it opens the doors and you walk through. because of all the I think it's because of all the things I stuffed in my backpack. Like there were so many sweets that I stuffed in my backpack and clothes that it made it bigger. But like I walked through the doors the second they opened, I swear, and then they closed like almost immediately, thinking I'd moved past already, and it closed between my body and my backpack. So I was like stuck. I was like sitting there like hanging off it, like help. This other guy was also walking through them at the time. He was like, I got you. And he was like prying open the door. And I was like, this is horrible. This is horrifying. Oh my fucking God. I was gonna cry. And I was like, okay, next time I'll walk through it a bit faster. I thought I walked through it fast enough here, but next time, faster. So I was getting on the tube. I was going down to the train part of the tube, and the doors were there again. So I went, all right, faster, let's do this. I went through as fast as possible. In doing so, I tripped my my carry-on, my rolling carry-on, and it fell to the ground along with my stuffed whale, just onto the ground of the London Tube. And everyone, I think it rammed into someone as it fell, and I was like, so sorry. And I was like, strike two, also a problem. I think I had one more, and that one went okay. I was like, okay, third time's the charm, we're good.
Okay, you learn.
Fucking Christ, it was annoying. But also news that happened when I was at the airport. I called my mom because I was like, I might as well update her because she is apparently awake. I didn't think she would be, but she's awake. So she said, call me, and I was like, okay. So I called her. I was like, oh, I'm at the airport. Yeah, I'll update you. And she was like, before you do, there's something I should probably tell you before you get home. My uncle passed away.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
my mom. Yeah, my mom has 3 brothers. And the one that lives in Seattle passed away. So I was like, holy shit, because like you don't really like think things will happen at some point. So really sucky because I was not like the closest, but that was like don't tell my other uncles, but he was like my favorite uncle because he's very much a hippie. He's very much left, and
yeah,
we saw eye to eye on that a lot. So I don't think it's hit me as much because we haven't seen each other in a while, but also like I don't know, on the way home I thought through it a bit, and I was just like kind of like went through, just was like, okay, I think I'm alright, but like if I need it I'll check in with myself kind of thing. So
yeah,
it was a very the trip was weird. It was like there were a bunch of good things, a bunch of not good things, but I am really glad I got to see my grandma again.
yeah.
Which is a big plus. My dad was there too, so I saw my dad again. My cousin was there that I have stopped, but I don't really talk to. And I had a whole conversation with my mom before I got on the train to my grandma's because my cousin had texted me going, hey, when you get here, maybe we can like work some things out and work through some things and just talk it out. And I was like, so I called my mom. I was like, here's the thing, like I don't want to, like I want to, but like I don't want to go back to whatever the fuck was going on before because that's why I stopped. And she was like, just tell her like this is grandma's week. I'm here to see grandma.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it. So I just told her I didn't want to get into it, and she was like, that's fine. So honestly, it was okay, I think, for most of the time because we didn't really touch on anything. We just talked about stuff that wasn't as big, like 911 or other things that have popped up like in pop culture that we've liked. And we didn't touch on the shitty stuff. We just would be like, yep, cool, bye, see you later, hug, and then it was done again. So I think it was as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
And I think I finally understand what my mom and dad, because everybody was saying this to me and I was like, that makes no sense to me. When we first got in our disagreement, whatever it was, where they were like, it really sucks, but some people are just cousins. Like you're always gonna have a cousin. Like yours was like an extraordinary thing. Like it wasn't the norm.
Yeah.
So like you'll just have to just be cousins because some people are. And in my brain at the time, I was like, it wasn't clicking. I was like, that makes no sense to me because that's never gonna work. And but after this trip, I think I understand it a bit more.
Yeah. And
I'm okay with it now. It's kind of like that was the last thing I needed, I think, to just see her one more time and just act normally. But yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, it was an interesting trip, and I'm glad I got to see my family again. And I think I'm just now my accent's starting to go back to normal.
Yeah.
Because it was slipping a bit. I was at work all day today going, stop it, stop saying it like that, like, because it was still a little British.
I did notice as you were talking about a lot of those
Oh,
things, you slipped in every now and then, but you were also talking about someone there, and I was like, oh, are
yeah.
you just like playing that part, or is that just you just doing it unintentionally? I assume
Yeah.
it was you unintentionally, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say it was you were playing the part to help tell the story.
I think it was me unintentionally.
No, I
Um,
doubt it.
oh motherfucker. So like, I was at work, my work friend was just like, "Well, don't shove it back in if you want to speak like that. That's fine." I was like, "Yeah, but it's kind of annoying because then customers will be like, 'Where are you from?' and I'll have to be like, 'California.'" Like it will make no fucking sense. So yeah, so I think it's just about going away, which is really good. But it stuck for a little longer than usual. I think because I was there longer than usual or something like that. I
Yeah.
wasn't just talking to someone on the phone. But and 911's ended. I'm not going to go into what that was because I'm honestly still trying to wrap my head around it. But that smacked me in the face. The finale's done, over with, and after I edit and post the episode, I'm gonna try and get my ass in gear to do Last of Us and Doctor Who because I haven't yet. Because I was gonna put on Eurovision so that it was ready to go. I was gonna I put my VPN on and I went to BBC. And I was gonna just put BBC on so that Eurovision would just start whenever it came on.
Mhm.
But the thing on before Eurovision was the new episode of Doctor Who, and I was like, haven't watched the other ones yet, motherfucker. So I was like, okay, I'll wait until the exact last second to put on Eurovision. Oh, but it was really good. It was a fun time. I can't wait till next year's Eurovision. Israel was almost gonna win, and with everything going on right now, I was like, please don't. It's like most of the thing, everyone was giving their points to Austria, and I didn't really vibe with Austria's song. I think because it was like operatic, and I was like, I'm not an opera person. Like I don't really listen to opera that much, so I was like, oh, why is everyone giving their points to fucking Austria? Like I'm not here for that. Like you can, fine, but like it's not my type of music. And then the second it was down to Israel and Austria, I was like, come on, Austria, come on. I don't want to watch them hosted in Israel next year, please. So that was fun, and Austria did win, so hallelujah. But yeah, another Eurovision in the books, another trip to the UK in the books. Hopefully, I'll be moving over there at some point. We'll see. I have no money right now, once again. So, anyway, 20 minutes later, how was your week?
Um, I'll just mainly talk about Pippi because nothing else really happened this week for me. Um, okay, what happened? I don't even remember. Okay, so, um, Babe wasn't the accident that Jeff foresaw.
Wasn't
But
he in the last one that he foresaw?
he's all with an accident. It's all about racing. It's fine. But well, I'm pretty sure it was Willie who hit it. We could have hit and run. I'm pretty sure it was Willie because there were like clues to allude to that was him. Um, and so that happened. And Alan found out that Jeff has his abilities back about seeing the future, and he's like now kind of mad at him for keeping that a secret, and also the fact that now it's getting worse because like he literally like passed out because he felt what Babe was feeling in the accident,
Oh, yeah.
and his powers are now
So it's
evolving,
like
and
different.
Jeff's like, "Oh no, it was fine. I was gonna tell you later." And he's like, When it got worse or you died?" Because apparently, if he sees the vision of someone who dies, odds are he'll die too.
He's gonna die and die.
So now
Yeah.
so they're kind of having a little beef. Um,
Oh, dear.
but it's fine. Oh, Charlie finally told Babe that he saw him and Willie, and he was just like, "No, it's fine. Don't worry about it." Like it was just he was just flirting with me. I'm not interested. Don't. It's nothing. And then at the end, it seemed Charlie kind of spun out in a race. And he said at the end, he's like, "Oh, I think I lost my senses," which is what they were testing to do. So it's like I think
Ooh.
this is a good thing. Just had a delayed effect and a really bad time. Because not when he was supposed to be driving, but that's
Yeah.
what happened. And then the big highlight for me. So Kenta told Pete that Tony was back and he's alive, and so then he also told X Hunter too. So now they all know Tony's back and what
Okay.
he's doing. But Kenta's like, "I'm getting out of here. I have no business with this. I'm out." And Pete's like, "Well, no, I'm worried. If you go alone, odds are Tony will get you. Like Tony can find you.
Yeah.
You'll be alone." And so he's like, "I have an idea." So he calls Kim, and he's like, "Hey, I need you to take him to Korea with you, and then so he can leave." And I'm very excited about this because I am here for the Kenta Kim ship, and now they are gonna be together, and it's great.
Oh,
And so I
are
will.
they?
Yes, I'm very excited about that. And it's funny because as people were saying this, both of them really didn't want to be with each other. Like they both looked very annoyed by the situation. But Pete's like, "Look, it's gonna happen. Then when I find somewhere for you to stay, I'll get you." And then, but they're gonna be together. It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
It's happening. We're ready.
Yes. Oh, I am here for this. Anyway, the next prince.
Oh yes, the next prince. Goodness
Picks
gracious.
up where we left off.
The gunshot went off and it didn't hit
It didn't
anyone.
hit
It
anyone.
hit like it hit a vase or something.
Yeah. And then Charan pulls Khanin out, and they run out, and they hear another gunshot inside the house.
Yeah, so he's either dead or not dead. I don't think he's dead.
He's not dead.
That's the thing. Yeah, if we don't see a body, then he's not dead.
If they were gonna kill him, they would have killed him in that scene, in the last episode where it's like the ending gunshot, and then like, oh, but it's like they faked out with that, and then he had another gunshot. It just wouldn't make sense for him to die off screen like that. Like, it doesn't, from a story and narrative, like television perspective, it doesn't make sense.
No. Unless I see a body, they're not dead.
Yeah. So I'm assuming he will come back. But then Charan gets on the motorbike with Khanin, and they drive off. And they go to this hotel or something?
Yeah, it's like a hotel or something.
Yeah. And Charan is shutting off Khanin's phone and taking out the SD card so no one can track them. And Khanin's like, "What are you doing? My dad might call me." And he's like,
"Not on that phone, he won't."
Yeah, and he's like, "Look, he would not risk your safety by contacting you by phone." And so then later, as Charan is sleeping on a couch, Khanin sneaks in, handcuffs him to the leg of the table.
Why were handcuffs just sitting there?
They're Charan's.
Yeah, did he just take them off and position them perfectly? What is he? Does he have handcuffs normally? Like, is that just a thing he keeps on him?
I think he's like, he has it just in case. I mean, he's like, this isn't surprising that he had handcuffs. It's like he had a gun. He had, you have like.
Yeah, but he's not a cop. I didn't think he
had handcuffs. No, but it's like if he needs like restrain someone.
I did not think he would have handcuffs.
I mean, I didn't either, but I mean, he does. Like, it doesn't shock me that he does. Like, I could see it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just that I saw them there and I was like, that's awfully perfect.
Well, that too. But what I don't get is he handcuffs him to the leg of the desk, of the table, and I'm like, he could so easily lift it up and get out.
That was the first thing I thought. I was like, well, bro, he could just go, just move it up. And he was like, I was only handcuffed by one hand, so I could undo it with the other one. I was like, or you could lift the table, the not heavy at all side table, and run down there. That is not that difficult.
Yeah, but I guess it leads us to having Charan show Khanin how to take off handcuffs,
which maybe will come into play in the future.
I was gonna say this is definitely foreshadowing for something, which is why I wanted to bring it up. Handcuffs is gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yes. And then we get our first royal meeting. I guess that's what we're calling it.
Of the 4 houses.
Yes. Of all the leaders are there, and the king comes in and hears what everyone says about their own respective kingdoms. And he pretty much shits on the Slytherin one. I will say the king is just like, whatever he's talking about, he's like, I don't think you should do that.
Yeah, everyone else was like chill, but like the Slytherin guy, it was like the second that the camera panned to him, I was like, he looks stressed. I was like, he does not look like he's having a good time. Like, something's wrong with this guy.
Yeah, well, it's also because the king rejects. He only rejects the Slytherin kingdom. Everyone else, he's just like, yeah, that's good, great, keep doing what you're doing. But in the Slytherin is just like he's like, no, I don't think you should do that. That's not a good idea. He's very judgmental towards that.
I'm wondering if he knows something about the attack that day, and if they were involved or not. Like maybe he can't say because it would implode everything. But maybe he knows something that they were involved in some way.
Maybe.
And so he's like, fuck you.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. We don't have enough information yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and then all the 4 sons, I guess, they're all like, hey, are you okay? Because the king's kind of coughing and they're all like, hey, we're worried about you. You should go get help. And then he brings in the Golden Horse tribe leader, and he just, okay, so by the way, your son's alive and he's coming back.
Yeah, by the way, I've been keeping a secret from you. Your son's totally fine.
He doesn't even sit him down. He just tells him straight out, and he's just like, the fuck,
he's like, excuse me, what did you say?
I'm like, holy shit.
Bro, I would be like, can I have some time to wrap my head around this?
Yeah, like,
I've been mourning
God.
someone this whole time.
Anyway, then we get our first royal fencing match, I guess.
Royal fencing match.
Royal fencing match. It's a big deal. And it's the heir of the Slytherin tribe and the heir of the Pink Phoenix tribe. Kingdom. Damn, why do I keep saying tribe?
Tribe.
I did my reaction too. I kept calling them tribe. I'm like, they're fucking kingdoms. God damn it.
They're kingdoms.
Kingdoms.
They're kingdoms, they're royal family. I don't know.
I'm just calling kingdoms.
Because it's the one kingdom of Emerly, and then there's like, and then there's,
I don't.
and then there's 4 families in that kingdom. Side
Yes.
note, watching the intro, I was like, this is such Game of Thrones shit. Like the intro,
Yeah,
like,
it did feel very Game of Thrones.
it felt very Game of Thrones, the intro. So like, that was cool. But like, I don't think it's kingdoms. Because there's
Then
only
what is
one
it
kingdom.
called?
I don't know, the families?
Well, that's. I'm calling it kingdoms. Like, because I think it's like kingdoms in the kingdom.
Well, no, because there's one kingdom.
Well, no, but Emily isn't in the kingdom. Emily is like the country.
Maybe.
I think Emily is a country, the made-up country, and then the kingdom has 4 different kingdoms. With like one, I'm hoping now that by the end that Khanin is here, we'll get the full lore of this whole place, and we can learn more about it through there. Because I'm very confused still.
Yes, please. We would like a lore lesson.
Yes. So anyway, the 2 of them fence, and I believe the Slytherin guy, I think his name is Ramiel. I think. I believe he wins, right?
He seems very Slytherin-y.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he is a Slytherin heir. So.
I know, but he seems very Slytherin-y. Just like, yeah, he seems to be the one. Oh.
Well, it seems like what he says. He's like, well, since there's no heir for the other two kingdoms, the blue whale and the golden horse, and I guess the women aren't able to be heirs, so she's out.
I guess not. Well, fuck that.
I'm just saying, the Kingdom of Emily might be a little sexist, but you know.
Yo, Emily, what the fuck?
I'm just saying. I don't make the rule. I'm just getting what I'm picking up on. So he is a bit confident and cocky because he thinks he's the only heir. Like he thinks he's next in line.
Yeah.
No, there's no one else eligible.
He's like, I've got no problems, and I'm thinking this is probably why. It's probably why this is the moment that the king went, fuck, I gotta get my grandson back here because I do not want that bitch to be in the throne. The dad, I don't want him. I don't like him. So.
Which goes to my most hated character is the king.
Really?
I think that's really shitty. That he is like, because we don't know what the Slytherin tribe did. Maybe that has something to do with the accent. Maybe they didn't.
True.
Who knows? We don't know that stuff. It's very shitty that he has this whole rule where it's like, oh, okay, only the male heirs can compete for the throne or do whatever. And because he's the only option, he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get that long lost son and bring him here now. Like, it's almost as if let's say the girl here was a male and could compete, and you know he talks about how like very good she is, so you know it'd be like a good fight.
Yeah.
Would he still want to bring him back? Would he still bring Khanin back if he thought there was a chance where the Slytherin wouldn't win? Would he bring him back, or would he not care? That's what I think. I think it has nothing to do with him reuniting the family. I think it's all about his own selfish motives to keep the Slytherin tribe from winning and being king.
That's a good question.
And that's why I don't like. That's really shitty. If you don't want him to be king, then you're the king. You should just say it. Don't play these stupid little mind games. Don't do it like that. It's very manipulative, and you're manipulating the whole kingdom at this point because you've been harboring this big secret, and now just bringing some new guy in who is apparently a long lost son. It's like, I don't like it.
Damn, he got you crashing out.
I'm episode 2. I'm already like pissed at this guy.
He's unwell. He might not be on the earth for much longer.
I was gonna say that stroke cannot come soon enough because I'm like,
Oh my god.
I don't or whatever's wrong with him. Like just like strike him down.
Strike him down.
I don't know what he has, but like just it can't come soon enough.
Seems like he has a cough. I haven't seen anything else.
Apparently, it's a deadly cough. I don't know.
It's a very deadly cough.
So then we see that I guess Ramil's right hand or whatever. He went off to escort his dad out, and then he comes back, and Ramil's like, "Where were you? Like, are you confused by your duty? Like, you belong to me?"
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
I disagree.
I don't like that.
What do you not like about it?
I don't like the you belong to me like thing.
So I think it was more of the fact that they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't think it was real like, oh, you belong. I don't think it's a forceful relationship.
Still, I we don't know anything yet, so who knows?
True.
But also, I don't like the tone and the way he was talking to him either. If they are in a relationship, that's fucking worse. I don't like the way he talks to him. Like, this guy looks fucking terrifying.
I fully disagree. I saw this as like a kind of like a more like playful flirty type thing rather than a like serious like you are mine, like I own you type thing.
Well, no, I know, but I still don't like the tone with which he was talking. It just felt like there was a big power imbalance there, and there is obviously, but like it just felt off. We still have to watch more of it to get a full look.
I should give a few more episodes of them. We see that the guy, the right hand or whatever his name is, he says like he's like, oh well, if someone sees us, like that's gonna be bad, which is why he's like, I don't know. But then like, even Ramil says that who cares? Because it seems like I'm gonna be king, and when I do, anyone who talks shit about us will pay. So it's like, good, I guess. I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. That's the thing. I feel like I need more. Like I'm like
I need more.
The way I took that is that apparently this kingdom, while being sexist, also seemed to be a little homophobic too. So in his mind, it's more like, hey, when I'm king, that won't be an issue for us. Like he'll end the homophobic law or whatever. So
this kingdom is behind on the times.
Well, I mean, they're a kingdom. Yeah, that's the whole.
Women can fight, and boys can like boys.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Anyway, then, back with Khanin and Charan. Khanin's kind of fed up with the whole, Royal Highness, Royal Majesty shit, so he's like, just stop. Like, no more formalities, please.
Yeah, he's like, Your Royal Highness. He's like, no. No more.
Yeah. So the two of them get on a plane. And he's, like, apologizing to him, and he's like, hey, like, sorry, this is, like, not first class or whatever, but it would attract more people. And he's like, I don't care. Like, I'm not royalty. Like, it doesn't matter to me. So they do start flying. And we see some turbulence happen. And we see that Charan kind of, like, freaks out a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of, like, dissociating and, like, staring outside the window. Like, the intercom lady kind of, like, you could hear get a bit more echoey as he, like, just, like, is, like, his eyes are locked outside the window. And first my thought was, like, oh shit, what the fuck's happening out there that you're noticing? But I think he was just disassociating, because, like, he's remembering something maybe, or he's scared of flying.
I'm wondering if this has something to do with his parents.
Maybe.
Because we have this whole theory that he was adopted, quote-unquote, as, like, a grandson by the king. And so we're assuming his parents are dead. But then something happens later that I'm like contradicts, and I was like, wait, that has something to do with rain. So I'm like, was it a plane? Was it rain? Was it both? What killed his parents? Like
the rain in Spain tastes mainly in the plane. Who knows at this point? I'm interested to see more of his storyline. I think that's what I'm most intrigued by seeing more of. So because I really want to work out what happened with him.
Yeah.
Woo! I have an idea. I'm wondering, what if, that rain part, because he was like a kid and he was dressed in kind of like a little vest and bow tie and things like that. It looked kind of formal. What if he? What if this attack or whatever happened in the rain, like where they were on their way somewhere, like the mom and Khanin? What if he was there? What if he saw what happened? Because he turned around after looking in the rain and was like looking at something and walking towards something, and then it cut. What if? Because it looked like he was on a road of some sort. What if this attack happened and he was present? What if he saw it?
Are you talking about Khanin?
Yeah, no, like what if?
Wait, are you saying Charan saw what happened to Khanin and his mom?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the theory. See, I was thinking what happened to Charan's parents and Charan's family. Like, that's what I thought the rain or plane stuff was, but...
I would think maybe the plane would have something to do with his parents, but like what if the rain has to do with Khanin and what happened to his mom? What if everything what if his parents died the same night as when they were trying to protect Khanin's mom? I don't know yet, but I'm really intrigued.
What if Charan's parents killed Khanan's mom?
Fucking Christ, that's a little too far for me.
I don't know. Might as well just throw out random ass theories here.
Well, we did see the person who was sending people. We didn't see them, but we saw their hand, or like we saw their cigar or something of the person that is sending people after them. So
yeah,
I'm wondering who that is. I was trying to deduce it, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
But they arrive in Thailand, and Khanin has a flashback to a conversation with his dad about going to Thailand because their culture and language are similar, and he wanted to go there and he can speak the language. But I'm guessing they never went.
So it's close to Thailand. We were trying to figure it out. So Emily is close to Thailand. Good to know.
Yeah, so my guess is it's like right next to Thailand or something, and it's like...
Yeah, like a small island, like off the coast of something or other.
Yeah. So then as they leave, Charan notices that they are being followed, so he rushes Khanin and them into the taxi, and they drive off. But along the way, during the drive, they see that the guys are still following them. And
get the fuck out.
Yeah, the taxi driver kicks him out, and he's like, yeah, you gotta go.
I ain't doing this.
So they run away from the attackers until they are surrounded. So Charan starts beating the shit out of them. And that's when the rain starts to fall, which we alluded to earlier.
And he's like,
Yeah, it's the flashback of him as a kid. It does look like he's seeing something on the road.
Yeah.
Like, and he's walking towards it. So I'm like, is it maybe it is Khanin's mom, or maybe it's his parents, or something or other?
I wonder. Because he's dressed like he's going to some kind of formal party or something.
Yeah.
Mystery deepens.
Yeah. But because he's so distracted with his flashback, one of the attackers is able to cut his arm.
No. It's okay. It'll heal.
Yeah. But he's still able to fight and runs away with Khanin, but leaves his phone behind. I don't know where the fuck they end up, but they're in some sort of like book storage room.
Yeah, they're in like a little bookshop. I think they're in a bookshop, but it's closed.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Yeah, the guy walked off and like probably went to do something, but like left his door ajar because he was coming right back or something, and they hopped in the little bookshop.
Yeah. So then, Charan apparently has to change her clothes, and he gives some to Khanin, and he's like, here, we gotta change, get these wet clothes. And they do, but Khanin still notices the wound. He decides to take the shirt that he was supposed to wear and ties it up to suppress the wound.
Yeah.
And then the guy catches them. And he's like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? You broke into my place.
And Khanin turns on the charm.
Dude, Khanin's like a very good actor. He just like starts being like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Like, I was so cool. I'm just a sweet little innocent boy. Like,
blink, 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 blink.
Please, mercy.
Pretty please.
And then the guy's like, you look like that famous singer.
It was his name. Shit, I forgot his. I was gonna make a great joke there, but I forgot his name.
Oh.
Fuck. Fucking cutie pie, bro.
What? So Kieran?
Kieran! It was. I thought he was talking about Kieran.
So I thought that too. I was like, oh, that reference to cutie pie and Kieran and that whole thing. But some people were like, oh, he's talking about Nunu, the actor, who also sings.
Also sings.
So it's like, it could be Nunu, it could be Kieran, it could be Khanin, it could be whoever. I don't know who the fuck it is. It was probably referenced to something, and they were just like, yeah, let's roll with it. But then they use his phone to call Charan's friend, who comes and takes them. And he asks, he's like, "Who is this?" And he's like, "Oh, it's
It's my little brother.
yeah, my little brother."
It's my little brother.
And he's like, "You're like real brother, or
is he like brother, or are you talking about something else?
And he's like, just cut it out. So they come back to the guy's fucking bug.
Oh my god, what the, are you like chasing bugs around your, because I keep seeing you go.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm like very distracted by the bug. Anyway, they arrive at the friend's house. His name is Vedish. And he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm Rand's friend. How do you two know each other?" And again, Khanin throws on some charm and acts, and he's like, "Oh, I guess the cat's out of the bag."
Oh darn! This is my boyfriend. I love him so much.
Unk, is that what he calls him?
Oh god! Oh my god!
That was like so cheesy.
It's so cheesy. It's so funny. I was like, if you weren't a prince, you would have a fucking death wish. He would murder you in 2 seconds. Bro, like, oh my god.
It's so funny because he goes on this whole fucking spiel for like a good 5 minutes, and then Charan pulls Vedish to the side and tells him the truth.
Just immediately like no, I'm putting it into this. If I can't kill you, I can at least stop you from doing this shit.
He's like, "I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna be unk anymore." So Vedish does bow to me. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have treated you like that. Sorry." And he's like, "It's fine. How do I get him to stop bowing? Because he's been bowing this whole time."
He's like, can you make him
stop? So then Vedish helps him get to the train station, but he also helps him get some disguises too.
Oh my god! It's the way I knew exactly who they were. The second I saw the first thing you see of this scene is like the train, a long shot of the train and people walking against it. And my first thought was, "Is he in that fucking dress, isn't he?"
Yeah.
Like immediately. And then we saw like behind them walking, like these 2 people that look like them from the back. And I was like, "Oh my god, no, they're in the dress. It's not that, they're in the dress." I fucking knew it.
So we have Khanin and Charan dressed as, we're assuming like Khanin is an old lady and Charan's an old man, dressed in these outfits, and they get on the train and they ride off. And Khanin's trying to like get some praise from him. He's like, "I'm a pretty good actor, don't you think? I was pretty good." And he's like, "You were only okay." And then he asks if he can take off the disguise, and he's like, "Yeah, we should probably change before we arrive."
Yeah, we don't want to show up and Emily like all looking like old lady. I feel like that would put a dampener on the walking through the royal hall thing.
Oh, that would have been so funny though.
That would have been funny. I will say. They're like, "Is this our new king? What the fuck going on here?
An old lady?
Who's this?"
So then we have King and Khanin's birth dad, I guess, playing chess, and he tells him, he's like, "Khanin is almost here, and to ensure Golden Horse Kingdom remains unshaken, I shall hold the royal fencing competition, and that way we will declare to the people that there is to be a new king to be chosen.
Because I am dying."
Yes, and he does not want Slytherin to win.
Damn.
Yeah, he simply tells him that. He's like, yeah, pretty much, I'm trying to rig the game against Slytherin as much as I can.
Like, what is the beef? I'm so curious.
Well, that pisses me off. Look, we already talked about that we are Slytherin, so like maybe that's like a personal thing, but like, maybe
it's a personal thing.
Like, that pissed me off.
I'm dead.
I'm like, why? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I mean, it does. He's just like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be a thing where like, oh, the dad Slytherin probably fucking killed the mom or whatever. I'm sure that's gonna be a thing. But like, Ramil probably didn't do anything. He was probably the same age, if not maybe a little older than Khanin when it happened. He probably doesn't know shit. Like, so why take it out on him?
No, he wouldn't. He would, because he would be around the same age as Khanin's father.
Yeah, so he wouldn't know it. What?
As Khanin's actual birth father, he'd be around the same age.
No, I'm talking about Ramil, the son.
Oh, the prince.
The son.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about him because like
The prince.
He's
Okay.
the one to be the next king. It's not the dad.
Okay. No. It is the dad.
It's the dad?
What do you mean?
No, then why?
No.
Then what?
No, what
Wait,
they do. You need to pay attention.
Maybe
The lore
I
was
do.
dropped
Maybe
and you missed
reading
it.
this whole fucking situation.
The lore was dropped and you missed it. Okay.
Maybe.
What happens is the heirs compete, and then
who are they? Wait, so Khanin and Ramil are gonna compete, but they won't be king. Their dads will.
The dads will be king. Yeah.
Well, that's Emily needs to get their rules checked because that's a dumbass rule.
It was either her or Ramil that said it, but they said, "Do you know why the fathers become king when the heirs win? It's because that raising an heir is seen as important as raising a kingdom or something like that. I can't remember. Something like that. So,
okay.
Yeah. So the fathers will become king. So
okay,
technically,
well that's a different story. I mean, slightly, because I'm like, even if he thinks that or knows that the dad Slytherin killed the Golden Horse Mom.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if he did because he looks very down in the dumps. He looks very like, yes, I'm sorry, Your Majesty. Like he looks very like he's following every order of the law. But that's from one notice of him.
I have a crazy ass theory.
What if the grandpa did it? Because I thought that too.
Well, okay, that was another theory I had, but it's not as crazy as the one in my head right now.
Okay, give me two.
Okay, so I do also think the king may have done something too. But what if the dad Slytherin was having an affair with the Golden Horse Mom, and the Golden Horse dad found out, and he got them in the accident, and maybe Khanin's not even his son.
That would be mental. That would be crazy.
That would be so like they're painting like the Slytherin dad as like the villain, and it's actually gonna be his and also it would be great because then it's like, oh, like this dad sucks, and it's like his dad who like raised him would come back and be like, no, he's my son, and like, you know, like fuck the bloodline, you know.
Given the fact we know nothing, that is an unhinged fucking theory.
I'm
excited
saying,
to see if it pans
it's
out.
a thing I'm thinking of, and I need to get that out there in the world.
I want to see if it pans out.
Probably not. I'm just saying, it would be interesting, because right now they're painting the Slytherin kingdom as the villains, and so I feel like if they do pull a thing where they're not actually that bad or as bad as they're made out to be, I think that would be very interesting.
Yeah. It would be very interesting.
Anyway, Khanin and Charan arrive to Emily, and that's where our episode ends. Yes, all the people, all the horns. So, who's the MVP for this episode?
Who's the MVP for this episode? I was thinking about it. I was thinking about while I was watching it. Let me think. Yeah, I got mine.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Khanin.
Charan. Oh. Bro got him from one country to another. Like he through another one. He country hopped him all around with people following them all the time, and he never wavered except for when he got like little episodes of dissociation. Which fair, because he's probably been through trauma, but he still got him there. He got him there. He said he was gonna, and he got him there. Fair.
I mean, fair. I said Khanin because he pulled out the acting skills to help them, like, you know, he was able to help them with the bookstore owner. He tried to help him with the friend. They were able to.
He did
like,
use his resources very well.
I thought that was pretty good. He pulled it out of his ass. He's like, he can act, he can
yeah.
lie, he can manipulate, he can he's a little bit manipulative.
Maybe he is his Slytherin.
Maybe it's in the bloodline. I'm telling you,
it's in
my
the
affair
blood.
okay, I'm calling that my affair theory. So
The affair theory, okay.
That is the lore.
Trademark.
The show. But yeah, that was our recap of The Next Prince, episode 2.
2.
Yes. Join us next week where we'll be recapping episode 3.